YouTube? Thanks for checking out another Film Geek Movie Spotlight. Today I'm talking about the 1985 film, Ladyhawke.
Let's hear your toast.
We drink to a special man, my friend. Someone who has been inside the dungeons of Aquila and lived to tell the tale.
Then you drink to me, little man. I have seen those dungeons.
A blacksmith, perhaps? A carpenter? A stonecutter, even. But a prisoner from inside Aquila?
I didn't say I was a prisoner.
Ladyhawke was directed by Richard Donner and it's starring Matthew Broderick, Rutger Hauer, and Michelle Pfeiffer. Ladyhawke is the story of a young thief who helps a knight and his lover lift a curse that's been thrust upon them. In this curse, the knight is turned into a wolf in the nighttime, and his lover is turned into a hawk by day. One of the most talked about things in this film is its musical score. Rather than going with the typical orchestral score, Donner decided to go with a synth pop prog rock infused score that is supposed to complement his medieval fantasy film. Needless to say, this kind of confused some people. Andrew Powell composed the score, and it was produced by Alan Parsons. Richard Donner stated that he was listening to the Alan Parsons project, on which Powell collaborated, while scouting for locations and became unable to separate his visual ideas from the music. The Andrew Powell composed film soundtrack has been regarded as one of the worst in film history, being compared to an exercise video that got played on top of a low-budget 80s sitcom. Ladyhawke was released April 12, 1985, and it grossed $18.4 million on its $20 million budget, so the film sadly was a financial flop. However, critics didn't mind the film too much, and it's sitting on the tomatoes that aren't quite that rotten at a 68%. Once the film hit cable channels and VHS alike, it has gone on to become quite the cult film. So what do I like about this movie? Okay, let's get the soundtrack out of the way right now. Is it weird? Yes. Is it jarring for a middle-aged fantasy film? Yes. Is it goofy as shit? Yes. And do I love it? Yes. Now, it's taken me a long time to actually appreciate the soundtrack of this film, or I mean the musical score of this film, because yeah, it's bad. The film is very odd in that regards, but it kind of adds to the charm a little bit, but it does kind of take you out of the experience the exact second it starts playing in the background. One of the film's other very big strong points is the fact that the cinematography in this film is absolutely gorgeous. Plenty of long shots, lots of big wide open spaces. This film really shows off the beauty of the Italian countryside it was filmed in. The acting in this film is also solid, with the standout performance coming from Rutger Hauer. You can tell that he is giving this part his all. He knows that this movie is slightly cheesy, but instead of giving a really cheesy performance, he almost comes off as a highbrow Shakespearean actor. At the end of the day, Ladyhawke is a highly underrated fantasy film that gets a bit too much hate for its weird musical score. So if you're curious and you want to check this movie out, well, you can find it right now for rent on YouTube, Vudu, and Google Movies. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of another Film Geek video. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.